Ladies and gentlemen, today we are racing, and today it is the start of Season 4 of the NASCAR Thunder 2004 Career Mode, Episode 19. And we're going to try to start the season off with a bang. We're going to try to get a win in the Daytona 500, our fourth career Daytona 500. Hopefully this time we get the win. We finished top 5 before. Our best finish in this race is 5th. We also have an 18th place finish last year, which wasn't as good, and a 14th place finish in our first season here. Let's try to get a good win. We're coming off a win in the Budweiser shootout in last night's stream. We ended season 3 last night, but we also ran the Bud shootout, so we're off to a good start this speed weeks. Now it's time to qualify really well with the same equipment that I had when I led every single lap and won the Budweiser shootout. So dominating win there. Let's try to get a dominating Daytona 500 win. And not only that, but let's get the season off with kick it off with a bang by not only winning the 500. Let's have some good runs after that because we could be in contention for a championship for our first time this season. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content if you haven't yet. We're going to qualify for the Daytona 500 right here, right now. We'll have the dual race and then the 500 itself shortly after. Got to stay smooth and hopefully we can qualify on the pole. We were pretty slow at Rockingham last night, so I don't have very high hopes for the second race of the season there. We'll have some track-specific chassis that'll be at the ready here very, very soon. And then hopefully we win the Daytona 500 so I can purchase a shop edition and hopefully get that ready to go in a 6-race stretch so we don't have to wait as long on our new engine component. Car feels pretty smooth. The same setup and everything that we had for last night's race. And we won the Pepsi 400 also last season, but have not yet won the Daytona 500. 38th on lap 1, but we weren't quite up to speed. I think I was only at 171 miles an hour at the start finish line last lap. I was at 185 this lap, 187 into turn 1. I was at 179 the lap before, so we'll see. Talladega qualified 14th there in the fall race. I always seem to qualify better at Daytona, so hopefully we qualify up really well. To get our sponsorship bonus, we do have to qualify top 20. I don't think that factors in the dual race at Daytona for starting position-wise. Should be able to qualify top 20, I'd like to think. I would not be shocked if we qualify top 10. Trying to go for our 5th career super speedway win. Slight overcorrection off turn 4, 48.888. A lot of 8s there. 7th, I'll take that. 7th place qualifying effort for the Daytona 500. Kevin Harvick on the pole. Let's get into our Gatorade 125. And we will be in dual race number 1, which I think we've been in dual race number 2 like every single time. So this will be the first time I'm actually starting on the inside row. And we'll be starting 4th in this race. Do it for Dale, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, and let's do it for ourselves here tonight. Let's finally win the Daytona 500. Let's try to get the sweep in Speed Weeks too. I don't know if we're going to win this dual race 5 laps. Going up the middle 3 wide right out of the gate. Going to get by Dale Jr. Kevin Harvick, who is on the pole out in front, still side drafted with Rusty Wallace. Oh, man, that's an aggressive side draft. I never made contact with him. We're getting a pole. We're up to 2nd just like that. Let's go. 2nd place, right behind Harvick, back down in the bottom lane. Not going to lead every lap in this race like we did in the Bud shootout. Not going to have to worry about any pit stops here. Harvick jumping out ahead off turn 4, getting another big pole. The 29, looking to the outside. Oh, I made a mistake. Harvick ran me pretty wide there. Oh, no, I'm going to lose him, I think. Dang it. He's all by himself. I don't think we're going to catch him. He never made contact. It was a clean block. I should have maybe lifted. You don't want to lift, but obviously hindsight's 20/20, but that would have been the right move to make. back into third place again. We only got 3 laps to go. Messed that opportunity up, but we're not done yet. I want Jeff Green up in the top 5 as well with Dale Jr. Good run going right now for him. Another big run on Rusty. Going out of line, trying to make a move for second. Got him. Oh, Harvick clipped the apron, getting into the corner. Big bobble from the 29. We've got a run coming up on 2 to go. Come on, I want to get around him. I don't know if it's going to pay at all to win this, but never won a dual race at Daytona. Going for it. Got underneath him that time. I don't know if I'm going to have enough speed to clear him, though. Rusty fell off. No drafting help for either one of us. Oh, yeah, we've got him. We've got him. Let's go to the lead. Now we got to block and hang on here to the end. Tony Stewart's up to third. He's coming. If we could somehow sweep everything at Daytona, that'd be absolutely insane. Won the butt shootout, trying to win the dual race here. Coming up on the white flag this time by. Harvick trying to get another run. He just doesn't have enough help right now. He'll probably have help on the last lap, though. Tony Stewart is coming. With Dale Jr. and Jeff Green Jr. in 4th. This will start us 3rd in the 500, right behind Harvick if we win this. Actually, if Harvick wins, we'll still start 3rd, but I still want to win. We still want to win. There's no points on the line for this like there is nowadays, unfortunately. So, no points here for this race. Still trying to give myself the best starting position possible. And a win at Daytona is a win at Daytona. We're going to have won everything at Daytona except for the 500 itself when it comes to a race standpoint. We got a run, went low. I went low to block. It's on the outside. Dale Jr. getting a charge up the bottom. I think he's a little too far back. He's still got to get by the 29 of Harvick. And we're easily going to win this dual race off turn 4. Let's go. That's a good start to the stream. Going to win the duel at Daytona. Let's go. Can't do a burnout, but that's all right. That is a great start to the stream. Let's win the Daytona 500. Let's freaking win this. Yeah, no monetary income, both positive or negative. Sterling Marlin starts 2nd in this one. And let's race for a Daytona 500.
The Daytona 500, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series premier event. This is Joe Moore, and I'm with Barney Hall to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage on MRN. To win a race is something pretty special at any track. But to win here at Daytona,
definitely going to need this to go caution-free. $1.4 million if we win.
Once their name is in the history books here, I guarantee you they'll change their mind. In 1998, Jeff Gordon tied Richard Petty's modern-era record with 13 wins in 1 year. As impressive as that is, I think he would take beating Petty and Earnhardt's tie of 7 championships instead. And of course, with 4 already, he's well on his way to doing that.
I don't know. Gordon hasn't really
finishing second twice to Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the Busch Series championship.
Gordon hasn't really competed for a championship much in our career mode so far. He's not really up there in contention to win a lot of races either. Still at the 4 titles. Dale Jr.'s won 2 of our first 3 championships in the career mode. Tony Stewart's got the other one, giving him 2 total, as he would have had in real life up to this point. This is the 2006 Daytona 500, so technically Jimmy Johnson won this race in real life, but we are going to try to get the win here today. It's the only super speedway race I've yet to win. Points race and non-points race. Let's get it done. This is obviously the biggest of them all. If we can get a Daytona 500 this early in our career, that would be awesome. Get it out of the way. It takes the pressure off. They have to win this race down the road. Because I'm sure we'll get more. This being one of my better racetracks. Best style of racing is definitely super speedway for me on this career mode. Got the DEI boys right there. All 3 of them, really. All 3 of them started 5th through 7th. Like Waltrip finished 2nd in his duel. Kenny Wallace won his duel race. He's in 4th. Unbelievable. Kenny Wallace won the second dual race at Daytona. I win one and he wins one. What a duo. No rivals up here, so that's good. I don't really have any to start this season anyway. None that'll at least potentially hit me. Here we go, 20 laps, 2 pit stops. Gotta not make a mistake on pit road. We're already green. I don't want to waste any time. I want to try to lead every lap I possibly can. Take away potential lap sled from everybody else. Couldn't clear Harvick. Got by Marlin, though. Got one spot out of that. Trying to get a second win down the backstretch. Dale Jr. followed me. Up a spot. Harvick trying to crowd. Let's get to the lead right here, right now. I'm not wasting any time. Let's go. Third to first lap of the race. One down, 19 to go. 5 bonus points. We're the points leader, just like that. All right. Almost got under me. The run's going to be a lot bigger with a lot more cars in the pack in this race versus the duel. We obviously know Harvick's strong, qualified on the pole, and he did lead the first 3 of the 5 laps in the duel, led the last 2. Still going to be making some 2-tire pit stops in this one. Up in top and bottom. Gotta hope we stay green throughout. We get cautions that throw us off the strategy game, and that could be a way I would lose this. We haven't seen a caution at all at Daytona yet on this career mode. Not in the 500 at least. I don't think we have in the Pepsi 400 either. Try to keep it that way. Dale Jr. kind of fell back a little bit. Jeff Burton's up in contention. Definitely nice to know we've got one of the fastest cars at the very least. Not the fastest car in the race. Obviously qualified top 20, which was good. Alexis Ruiz, thanks for tuning in. Thoughts on iRacing getting the license? I think that's good. I've heard great things about that World of Outlaws game that came out, I think last year, if I remember correctly. Last year during the winter, this last winter. But heard great things about it. I never actually played it, but it's one of the best dirt racing games, if not the best dirt racing video game that's ever came out console-wise. So hopefully that would be the case for the console side for NASCAR things. That'd be awesome. The wall trip Kevin Harvick right there. Come on, baby. Get the win. Let's go. I want to stay out as long as I can, too. Lead as many laps as possible, because I don't know who I'm going to be competing for the championship with. Oh, a little contact with Harvick. That was very aggressive to stay in front of him there. I'm really trying to lead all the laps I can. That was risky. You don't want to throw the race away that soon, but I don't know who I'm going to be competing for the championship with. Harvick was top 5 in points all of last season, too. Size E, thanks for tuning in. we going to be the first person to ever sweep the Bud Shootout / the Clash nowadays? The dual race at Daytona and the Daytona 500. Has anybody ever won all three? It might be the first. And this would be career win number 7 as well. 5 of which on super speedways. But our first Daytona 500. 3 wins in Talladega. Our second career win at Daytona. This will put another trophy in the trophy case. Biggest payout. A lot of good things for winning this one. Mathematically, for fuel purposes, make it to the end from here. A lot of cars on their way to pit road this time. I'm going to pit also. And we'll pit for the first time. Don't want to risk it on gas. Didn't lock the tires up at all. Almost sped. That was close. Don't want to do that. Not in this race. 4 tires and gas. No adjustments. Or sorry, did I say 4 tires? I meant right sides only. Right sides only in gas. And I did lead that lap at the line. So everybody else that had to pit was in. So we have still led every lap. So then we'll pit at lap 14, and then we can go to the end from there. Clean stop, 2 tires only, 11.9 seconds, off and away. Let's go. Let's freaking go. We have cars that are already up to speed already, so hopefully get up to speed well quicker than them. I would imagine with the 2 tire stop, we should easily be able to do just that. Like a wire to wire in this thing. I haven't done that in the career mode yet. I didn't see how many laps I led last season. I don't know if we can go back and look at that in the career statistics or not and pay attention to it. It definitely was a career high. .8 seconds ahead of Kevin Harvick, who still came out in second. Sterling Marlin right there with him. Quite a bit of that lead pack still all together. Not sure if they're going to catch me or not before we get into the next slate of pit stops. They still have pretty good single car speed. It's not the fastest, but it's good. Maybe be a little bit slower with having the same left sides of the car. But I did a great job. I did speed, maximized my pit road entrance still because I almost sped, but I didn't. So that goes to show I was pushing pretty hard, but panned out for me. A couple of different ways. We'll have to change lefts then on our next pit stop, and then good to go to the end from there. They're about a second quicker than me in the draft that last lap. Harvick lost a couple spots. Sterling Marlin is now up to second place, and we're going to clinch the most laps led by leading these next 2 laps, which we should be able to do before the pack even gets to us. Mark DeMars, welcome to the stream. 10 to go. Yes, we do. Yeah, consistently a second faster lap is that pack, so they're definitely going to catch me before we get into our next pit stop. But it gives me a lot of time, all out on my own. Guarantees that we keep track position. They don't catch me this lap, they'll catch me on lap 13 for sure. I'm not going to pit till lap 14. 9 tenths quicker. Three-car group is catching me. Jeff Burton's in fifth, but he's about 3 seconds behind Tony Stewart in fourth. We got 10 bonus points. I still want to keep anybody else from potentially leading any laps as well. I mean, the first 3 races of my career, I've led the most laps I've won. Watkins Glen, New Hampshire, and the Talladega race last season. So let's try to do that again here. Go 4 for 4 with that stat. This goes to show you give me track position. I'm not messing it up. I don't mess up the great opportunities. The mediocre ones that getting like top 15, top 20 finishes consistently, those ones I mess up. You give me a shot to win though, I haven't faltered in those races. I'm gonna keep it that way. Stay low, stay out of the draft of Harvick. Coming up on the outside. He's going to have a big run through 3 and 4. Probably going to see some cars pit this time. I imagine Harvick will stay out because he pitted with our lead group last time. Marlin's falling back to 4th. Tony Stewart's up to 3rd. All right, well, here we go. They're here. 7 laps to go in the Daytona 500. We'll be pitting this time by left sides only. Just got to stay green to the end. A couple guys staying out. Sterling Marlin's going to lead that lap. So we won't go wire to wire. Left sides only. Should be a slightly faster pit stop than our last lap. This is going to be the first lap we haven't led the whole race. Wanted to make sure I split it 7, 7, and 6. Maybe I could have made it another lap, but we got to focus on winning this race. More than leading the most laps, it'd be great. Or leading all the laps. Would have been great to do both, but more important thing. All right. They made sure we were topped off. I'm okay with that. No mistakes on the stop. That was the big thing there. So the top 6 still have to pit. And we will be the leader. Looks like we're going to lead all but 2 laps. I don't think Sterling Marlin's going to be a championship contender. I don't know who would have led that most recent lap. This one. I know Marlin led the lap before that. I think Stewart can be a championship contender, so it'd stink if he ends up leading the lap. I know it's the first race of the season, but still. All right, 5 to go. Two more cars to cycle past. There they are, Tony Stewart, Sterling Marlin. There's a chance Marlin led that last lap, too. Really hoping that was the case. They're getting up to speed. 5 to go. I don't think they're going to catch me to the end of this one. They might, but it's going to be a minute for them to get back up to speed yet. It might be smooth sailing all the way to the finish. A caution-free Daytona 500. A 5-second advantage over Harvick. I think it was 4.9 last time, so practically the same lead. It took them 4 or 5 laps to get me. We only have 4 to go. It might catch me going into 3 on the last lap, and we may have to block there, but that might be about it. Still 4.2 second lead, only 3 laps remain. Honestly, as long as we don't pull a Dale Sr. blowing a tire in the final corner of the 1990 Daytona 500, we're going to win this thing. We executed on pit road. We got the caution-free race we needed. Qualified well. We won our duel. Started third with the 500. Won the Bud Shootout along the way with that extra track time and led every lap of that one. Hoping Marlin hangs on to second because, like I said, I think he's going to have less of a chance of winning the championship as Harvick and Stewart. I don't know, though. I mean, Dale Jarrett out of nowhere finished second in points and challenged Earnhardt into the final race last season, so you never know. Yeah, we had 5 wins. We definitely could have taken some away from Earnhardt or Harvick and Jarrett, for that matter, who were all up there in the wins total. Wow, 7 career wins. Time flies when you're having fun. Got a long way to go to get to that 200 mark, but we're getting there. 1 lap to go. 2-second advantage still over Marlin. They're not even going to catch me on the final lap. Too far back. We are going to be able to have the easiest Daytona 500 win of all time. Might be able to go for a record for Daytona 500 wins on the career mode, too. I think that'll be the easiest of the career milestone records to get to. Let's go. Might have been anticlimactic, but we won the freaking Daytona 500. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Our first Daytona 500 victory by 1 second over Sterling Marlin. I don't want to tear the engine up too much, but what a win. I'll be able to actually sweep the super speedways this season. Let's go. Let's go! That was no how. We got our same ugly paint scheme, but you know what? I wanted to rock this one to the first championship. We might very well be able to do that if we win the title this year. It's not going to be easy. That race itself is pretty easy, but they're not all going to be that way. We're going to have some races we're going to struggle. Honestly, Rockingham, we're probably going to struggle in this next race to even get a top 20 finish. Well, we led the most laps. We won the race. It's a good start. We finally won the Daytona 500. It took 4 seasons. We got over $2 million, almost $2.2 million that race between winning the race itself and then all the sponsorship bonuses. Got the associate sponsor. We qualified top 20, and we, of course, finished in the top 15 as well. So, awesome. Actually, I think we had to qualify top 10. Qualify top 10 and then finish top 15, but we got them both. I'll check up on that sponsorship just to make sure. We definitely got all of our sponsorship goals, but I just want to go back and clarify those. So we got the Subway 400 at the Rock coming up next. Can't have a better start to the season than that. Finished 15th, qualified top 10, ranked 15th earnings, which obviously we'll easily be able to do with that win. We'll probably stay towards the top of the earnings chart for a while. 15 races left on that sponsor. Primary sponsor, we have 14 races to go yet. We'll head to the garage. Chassis-wise, we got a Speedway chassis, which we can use for this next race. We'll overhaul this for a Speedway. Actually, we'll overhaul this one for a short track chassis. A little short track there. The generic. So when the 2 race overhauls up, then we'll overhaul this one. But the Speedway chassis we're going to use for the next couple races. Got to make sure we get that shop edition. Don't have a new build going there or there. So let's get that shop edition. Engine dyno. 6 races. 1.5 million. Should easily be able to get that done. That still puts us at 625,000 in the bank. We came, we saw, we conquered. Speedweeks at Daytona, we netted almost 2.4 billion between the Bunch Shootout and the Daytona 500, meeting all the sponsorship criterias. And now we have a track-specific chassis at the ready. The engine not going to be track-specific, neither is the body, but everything else will be as we head to Rockingham, a 72 overall race car, just like we had for the Daytona 500. Got to qualify better. Try to put ourselves in a better shot. That's been the struggle point for the intermediate tracks, been qualifying. I raced well at some of them, but Rockingham was not one of them that I did race well. So hopefully we can get a good run going here. I'll make sure I practice a little bit first. Might as well. Might as well try to practice for this race. But we hop into qualifying, just because I want to make sure I qualify really well. Still going to have that slide to it. The body itself is not track specific. Get about midway point of the season, it will be. Engine not track specific either. The chassis should give us just a little bit more grip that we were lacking on these intermediate tracks last season. If I can come out of this race much better than I left Richmond in our fall race last night, that would be great. It's going a little straight on me at times. I don't like that. Might be able to get away with taking a half around a wedge out of it. Today's been a dreary day today. Not for me. It's been pretty windy here, but sun's out, at least for now. It is supposed to rain later tonight. Well, after this stream. That was not a good save. We don't need those problems to begin with. Little mistake on pit road. At least it's practice. Not going to cost us time in the race, at least not yet. Because we make those mistakes in the race. Hopefully that half around the wedge getting taken out won't hurt us too badly. Practice-wise, looked like we were 3rd out of 7. A little bit behind McMurray and Ward-Bird. It's better than what I left here in the fall race last season. Let's see where we qualify. Then we got to qualify with the half around the wedge I took out of it. I just can't get a good drive off turn 2 for some reason compared to the AI. A lot more glued down to the bottom. Second lap should be faster than the first. First lap, we're going to be 21st, so that was pretty good. Yeah, taking that half round of wedge out was huge. I just hope it's not going to be too loose on the long run by taking that half round of wedge out. It was a great lap. Pole! Are you kidding me? Let's go! Let's freaking go! Back, first pole of the season. I don't know how well it's going to hold up in the race, but let's hope it does. Let's go! Starting strong. Let's try to stay up here. The car wiggled just a little bit. I'm going to lead that first lap. I didn't push it extremely hard into that first turn. All over the apron there. I didn't have a great corner entry. I wanted to make sure I was going to get by Michael Waltrip, though, and I did. That's all that mattered for that corner. Jimmy Johnson's coming. Hopefully we have decent long-run speed. I wasn't expecting this, honestly. Considering how bad we were last night when we ran here. I can't enter that low, though. I'm costing myself quite a bit when I enter that low. Drive in the middle of 3 and 4. Great corner, come on. Got back in the gas a little too soon. I overcorrected it. We're okay. Oh, Elliott Sadler leading this race right now. A little bit better for myself that time. There we go. Got a good run off 4. Outbreak him into 1. Oh, that was way too long of a slide. Dang it. I had him beat. I couldn't pull up in front of him, though. I had him beat. I couldn't pull up in front of him. It was loose before I hit the apron that time, which was strange. So it wasn't really like that before. Just gotta make sure I don't let the car drift up the racetrack. Another great run through 3 and 4. Oh, I didn't want to run into him like that. Sorry, Sadler. Kind of feel bad about it. Clear, though, finally. Hopefully I didn't do too much damage to the right front. We're going to lead our first lap of the race. 5 bonus points. Johnson to second. Sadler's going to start falling back now that he lost the clean air. Hopefully we can stay out in front of these other cars. Dang it, man. Just can't stay glued to the bottom as consistently as I want. Oh, look at the cut, though. Going to cross over Jimmy Johnson. Oh, boy. Yes, we are. Crossed him over. This thing's just too loose getting in. It's fine center off. It's just too loose on entry. That half round of wedge didn't keep, I mean, it helps me keep the car on the bottom of the track because it was sailing up the track through practice. Hopefully we've got the long run speed in it. Enough to sustain in front of these guys. Overcorrected it there. Martin's going to get to the lead. Yeah, handling is just not good enough. We're close. Definitely better in 3 and 4 handling wise. Barreling underneath Mark Martin, a little bump and run. Oh. Couldn't keep it in the track that time. Martin drifted up too. He didn't get in the wall, but he did drift a little wide. Little slide job on Martin. And he crossed me over. We got a little battle going on right now. Try to get that run off. Man, we've got a race going on here. We have a race going on at the Rock. I didn't slide too far wide that time. There we go. Didn't slide too far wide or too far hanging out with the rear tires. Got back around him. Get that track position back. Just got to make sure we execute on pit road. That's the big thing. So they're blowing an engine on the back stretch. I'm not sure when's going to be a perfect time to pit. We're obviously not dominating the race. I got to kind of keep an eye on the pack of cars behind me and see when they pit. Pack of about 4 or 5 cars. Try to pit at the same time as them. A lap before, just to ideally make sure I'm going to be out there in front of them still. Pit too far in front of him, I'm definitely not going to be able to hold him off in the second half of the race. All right, they're pitting this time, so am I. 4 tires and gas. Good thing the crew chief alerted me when they were pitting there because I was able to make sure I pitted as well. So I'm going to be able the first group of cars onto pit road. I just got to hope I hang on to the end of the race. Clean stop, boys. Clean stop. I thought we were going to struggle in this one, honestly. We might go back-to-back to start the season. It's still a big ask. Oh, no. Come on. We messed up in practice, and now we messed the stop up in the race. It was on the left side the whole time. I think it might have been the rear tire change the first time. Come on, go. We lost spots on pit road. God dang it. That is a huge mistake by this team. Costly error. Well, I'm doing a good job on my part executing. Wish I could say the same for the pit crew. Just got to make sure I keep executing and at least get a top 5 finish out of this. It's definitely going to be a lot harder, but it's not impossible. I mean, I've got a car capable enough to try to get the job done here. Try to pick Newman behind the 0 of Sprague. Newman threw a late block on the straightaway. And that allowed me to make contact with him, which entered the corner a little hotter than I wanted. Marlin's got fresher tires right in front of us. Got back by Newman. I'll stay around him there. Marlin on those fresher Goodyears. Stuck behind the 6. Dang it, overdrove it. I was really trying to get underneath him there. Best chance to get around Marlin is going to be to get around him before he gets by the 6. All right, passed him there. I drifted wide, but not wide enough. We'll stay in front of him. Oh, dang it, he got a good drive off. All right, got back around him again. Oh, he's in the wall, and Newman got by him too. Ashton G, thanks for watching. 15 to go. I don't think the leaders are going to catch much lap traffic. I feel like I'm taking care of my tires a little bit better this run. Nicholas, also welcome into the stream. I'll answer your guys' questions in the chat there that I see after the race. In between races. Pretty equal with the race leader that last lap. Qualified on the pole. Led quite a few laps that first run. So unfortunate the pit crew made that mistake on the stop. The left front tire didn't go on as quick as it could have. Big mistake by that front tire changer. 2/10 faster than the leader that last lap. I definitely could get to Mark Martin for third. Did a good job on the pit strategy, pitting when I did. Otherwise, we could have fallen a little bit further back. Really got to hope that the lap cars hold up the leaders. Another 10th faster than the race leader at last lap. Who's leading this thing right now, then? Is it Kenseth? Well, it's also kind of weird that I didn't realize till just now, but they stopped racing at Rockingham after 2004. We are in the 2006 season. We're still racing here. Get by Mark Martin quickly. There we go. 10 to go. Up to third. Oh, Mark got another good drive off. Cleared him again in 3 and 4. There we go. Mark barely kept it off the wall there. Great corner for me there. Didn't slide, stayed hooked right around the bottom. That car held up the leader a little bit that last lap. Oh, it was a big mistake. There's way too much speed in that time. Lost a tenth on the leader that last lap. Second place getting held up by the lap car now. A little tight in the middle of the 3 and 4. And even with the leader that last lap. Not a lot of lap traffic in front of the leaders in this one, unfortunately.
Keep the tires in good shape to be fast, buddy.
Leader's getting held up. Jimmy Johnson's running him down a little bit. But Casey Mears pretty quickly. God dang it. Lost some more time there. Pushing so hard. 4 laps to go. Probably pushing a little too hard now. Front red there. A little better on the entry through turn 1 that time at least. Into 3. Little contact, that lap car hurt me. I was really hoping I was going to clear him in the middle of the corner. Another lap car in front of the race leader. Best corner I've had through 1 and 2, probably the entire back half of this run. I don't know who that next lap car is. Me and Jimmy have to catch. Gotta get to Jimmy. Oh, I couldn't get by him though. One more chance at second. Sending it. Oh, man, that wasn't the way to do it. He's going to be ticked. That was a mighty big slide job for second that didn't pan out completely. We did get second place, but I ticked him off in the process. Matt Kenseth wins. If my pit crew didn't have that penalty that cost us a couple seconds on pit road, I think we definitely would have won this race. Oh, man, came back from 5th on that last run. Good race nonetheless. Kenseth leads the most. We led 6. Gets a win. We did finish second. That was a pretty big hit into the wall there at the end, but we did get the win, or we did finish second. What music artist would you like to do a song for a new NASCAR game? Carrie Underwood. Yeah, I'm not a big country music guy, so those names would probably make sense. Being bigger country stars right now with NASCAR, being based there. My favorite NASCAR theme of all time is still Fuel for Metallica. Big Metallica fan. They had the NBC theme there in the early 2000s when NBC was hosting NASCAR races. I like your Shinedown suggestion, at least. 3 Doors Down, probably not, just because they're not as relevant now. I mean, Shinedown, in a sense, isn't. They still make music, though. I haven't really heard any of their new stuff, if they've released anything within the last couple years or not. Still the points lead, 29 points ahead of Matt Kenseth. First and second place finishes to start the season. Go into the garage real quick here. Didn't bang the chassis up too badly, so that's good. Get to use it for Vegas. We'll more race on the overhaul with this one. And then we'll have that short track chassis ready to go. And we'll get the next one overhauled for intermediate, or well, potentially short tracks as well. We'll have to wait and see on that specifically. Engine-wise, got some newer engine builds. Yeah, having that off season costed me in the engine department, I think, with some of the builds on here. Still go up. Go up. Can't have track specific yet. Compare this one, 2 races. That to a 69. And body wise, get that one repaired and ready to go as well. We qualified just outside the top 10. Or no, we did qualify top 10, sorry. We won and finished second, so we did get all of our sponsorship criteria, which is why we're back over $1 million again. Not sure how long we'll be able to keep that up for, but we'll see. Headed to Vegas next. With that being said, we're going to have a 71 overall car for Vegas. I did also like for the Daytona 500 last year with having Lexi Turner for Metallica's newest album be the theme song for that. Definitely was getting me pumped around the Daytona 500 time, seeing those ads. Got them all the time on YouTube when that was coming up. Alright, so downforce. I think we're going to be good setup-wise. Boost the air pressure a little bit more than what I had. Let's qualify for Vegas. Haven't raced here since last season, so it's going to be weird having a competent race car now. Pit crew can't be making mistakes. That cost us a win at Rockingham. Need to upgrade that pit crew as soon as I get a chance this season. I doubt I can do it this early into the year, but I'm definitely going to need to if I have a second to do it. 3/4 on lap 1, taking that apron shortcut there. Sure wasn't going to slide up too far wide. Didn't want to go all the way down to that apron either. Save the tires, save any sort of a slide. Be great if I can get a top 10. Go back down to the apron again. 30.760 21st. It wasn't that much better on lap 2. I think we're going to have to keep this setup in the race car, though, honestly. I didn't make any mistakes on my qualifying lap. It just wasn't as fast. Tony Stewart going to be on the pole. First race we didn't qualify on the pole, and we will not get our sponsorship bonus for qualifying top 10. Hopefully we can finish top 15, get the bonus there, and obviously maybe get a top 10, get 3 in a row to start the season. Harvick back here with us. Jimmy Johnson as well. Burton up the middle. Probably carry a little bit more speed center of the corner, honestly. Probably push just a little bit harder there. boy, a little contact with Joe Nemechek there. Somebody blowing up in the top 10 too. That'll be another spot. Ward Burton, 22 car. Ward Burton blowing up. Contact with Steve Park will make the pass up to 11th. 10 spots gained in the first 3 laps, sorry. Little run in the draft behind Michael Waltrip in the tri-oval. Power slide getting in. Kept it off of him though. Good grip off. What a move. Inside the top 10. Side draft there on the 12. We'll run on Sadler, pulling up, clear, up to 7th. Oh, wow, what a dive. Got it to stick. 3 wide under Rusty and Bobby. Little contact, rub and run. Ricky Craven hold on for 2nd right now. We're going to cut to the apron. Try to get by both Craven and Gordon, and we did. Up to 2nd place after starting 21st. Leader's quite a ways out there ahead. Back in the gas way too soon. That hit into the wall wasn't good. Tony Stewart 2.7 seconds out ahead. Probably push a little bit harder. What I'm doing right now. Be a little bit more patient getting back to the gas. Car's definitely getting a little tighter center off than what it was before. Break that draft a little bit. 3.1 seconds behind Stewart. Tony running away with it. Just hoping I can run away from these cars behind me. A little tight though off the exit corner. I had to lift again there, just like it did off turn 4 the second to last lap. Take a half round of wedge out of it. Try to help me out just a little bit more. 10 slower than Stewart that last lap. And to lift again. I just can't hold it off the exit of the corner quite like I was earlier in the run. I was wondering if there were going to be cars pitting there, and there was. Pick that 10th back up on Tony Stewart again. I mean, I'm going to try the adjustment change. I don't see why it would hurt anything. A little bit better that time. All right, clean pit road entry. Four tires and gas. Going to take a half a round of wedge out of it. Try to loosen it up just a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to be too loose. That's the big thing. Frederick Clapp, thanks for tuning in. There is Grip. He made a mistake again. Are you kidding me? My picture's messed up 2 races in a row now. That's how there's a Jackman. Last race was the front tire changer, now it's the Jackman. Ridiculous. Try to short pit on the leaders. Was up in second place, made a mistake on pit road. I was leading last race, finished second. I was on a mistake on pit road. There's going to be a little bit looser now. This wedge adjustment, I just got to hope it's really loose. Or it's not really loose on the long run, specifically. Hoping it allows me to get back into the gas a little bit sooner on the short run than what I was, and same for the long. I didn't enter in as low as I wanted to there. The cars got held up there. Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman. Charged hard underneath Jeff Gordon there. $11 to go. Ricky Traven hanging on in the top 10 this whole race to this point. Loose is fast if he can hang on to it. It's definitely a lot looser. All right, clear. Get us up to 5th. Tony Stewart's going to win this race. I mean, the race now is just for 2nd at this point. Tony's way too far ahead. Couldn't pit stop. It would have been tough to catch him anyway, even without the pit road mishap. I hope this thing's not going to be too loose on the long run. Up to 3rd. Hopefully we stay here. At the very least, I really would like to catch Newman for 2nd. Might be a little bit quicker than me. Not sure exactly what lap he pitted. Pitted just 1 lap after me. He's going to be just that much quicker. I also got to hope that some other drivers with fresher tires behind me don't catch me. Good chance we get 3 straight top 3s to start the season at the very least, though. 3 straight top 2s if we can get by Newman. Took to the last lap to get by Johnson for second at Rockingham. It's been getting a little skaty, but driving out of it. Not as skaty that time. Newman definitely drove it in a lot deeper than I did, though.
We're about 7 seconds off the leader's back bumper. 5 more laps. My rear's getting warm. Keep an eye out.
The wedge adjustment's definitely helping me out. I haven't really gotten anywhere close to the wall on either end of the track. We only have 4 to go. 10th quicker than Newman that last lap. Our lap time's equal with Tony Stewart on a consistent basis. Trying to get that cut in the center of the corner. I couldn't, but Newman didn't either. We got a run on him off 2. And we'll be going for second into 3 here. Little slide job, all clear. Let's go. Might have brushed the wall off turn 4. It's hard to tell for sure. We're pretty equal with him. It'd be nice if we run away from him. I don't know that that's a guarantee. Well, we put ourselves in a position if something crazy happens to Stewart. We saw him blow an engine on the last lap in Texas in our first season while he was leading. Got to get yourself in position there first, and that's what we've done. I was not expecting 3 straight top 2s to start this stream and to start the season. Our best string of races in our career. And for it to start the year, we should still be the points leader, finishing second. Waiting for those string of races where I'm not going to run as well. And the lift off turn 2 that time. Somebody's closing in on Newman pretty quickly. I think that might be somebody on a lot fresher tires. Don't know if they're going to get to me. They're only going to have another lap left. Looks like it might be Bobby Labonte. Yeah, it is Labonte. He's underneath Newman on the front stretch right now. Yeah, we ain't doing that on the last lap. Crew chief, you gotta pick up 7 seconds. Bobby Labonte had a faster car than us here at the end. He's not going to catch us in time, though. Let's go. Second place finish. Top 2s in the first 3 races. This feels like a win. I mean, nobody had anything for Tony Stewart this race. Let's go. I'll take that. I mean, yeah, I want to rack up all the wins I can, but I'm fine with getting seconds to get ourselves in contention for the championship, considering we haven't won a championship yet. You know, second will start hurting a lot more in later seasons, but all right, let's go. Stewart gets the max points today. We didn't get a single lap led. We did qualify 21st, but still finished in second. So did good there. Got our sponsorship bonus for finishing top 15 and obviously ranking top 15 in earnings. Finishing first, second, and second those first 3 races. On to Atlanta for race 4. Racking up that money total also. We got 4 more races left before we can purchase another shop edition. Chassis wise, we have our short track chassis ready to go for Bristol. We'll get this intermediate chassis. Actually, we'll get another short track chassis going. But no, because you gotta think of the schedule. Get drunk. We'll go Speedway chassis with this one. And then we'll go short track chassis with one of the Speedway chassis. Probably this next one we're going to use for Atlanta. Engine-wise, got one race repair going there. Same thing there. I'm going to upgrade my pit crew because we've had 2 mistakes these first couple races. It looks like I can upgrade these guys. So we are definitely upgrading pit crew members. Speed is a 79. Still going to be a 79. It's a slight upgrade on the pit crew. Hopefully it does something. Needs to. Definitely costing me a shot to win at Rockingham. Maybe not at Vegas. Tony Stewart was the man that day, but I'm going to wait to upgrade crew chief, engine builder, and all that stuff until crew chief 2. Well, actually, we can update the crew chief right now. Not really, I lied. We're still stuck with Haynes. So we can't update that yet. 4 races on the shop edition, like I mentioned, so that'll be next stream before we can get the next shop edition. Favorite song from Thunder of 4 is Chapter 4. Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. I'd agree with you on that one. I think that's probably my favorite also. Soundtrack from 07 is your favorite? I mean, Diary of Jane is a great one. After that, it's kind of for me. I think my favorite soundtrack from the NASCAR game is probably NASCAR 05, and I know that's my favorite NASCAR game of all time, but yeah, a lot of bangers on that one. They do on Thunder 04 too. That's probably a close second, but I think 05 is probably a little bit better for me personally. Okay, so we're gonna have that 69 engine power for Atlanta. We're gonna have the hang on. We're gonna go track specific chassis on that. So overall, it's probably gonna be a little bit lower, but we're gonna have the track specific chassis, which is gonna cost me 4 on the tire wear side of things. But luckily, Atlanta, from a grip level standpoint, shouldn't be too bad. First, second, and second, plus a dual race win at Daytona, which is not points. Hopefully, we have a good run here at Atlanta. Hop right into qualifying. Almost felt as if I could have went full throttle all the way through that corner. I didn't want to test it there. 22nd on that first lap. That was really good. Ideally, if I can qualify top 10, I could just get to the top 10, get the sponsorship goal, go from there. Just barely braking, just enough to kind of set the car going into the corner. I think I want to try to push full throttle. 30.118. Oh, so close, second. So close to the pole, but got the sponsor bonus. 8/1000ths of a second was the difference in getting the pole with Dale Jr. It was close. Junior beat me by 8/1000ths of a second. Got the launch through the restart zone and gonna get to the lead from second. Oh, Sterling Marlin's gonna take it away from me though. Marlin from 4th place, I think, is gonna lead this first lap. Oof. Silver drove it right into the side of Dale Jarrett. Ricky Craven's up here again. He's having some good runs this season. Keep ourselves in contention, and hopefully this new pit crew can get the job done when it matters the most. Also got to hope that this car isn't going to be too loose on the long run. I'd like to think it's not going to be too loose on the long run, but you never know. Everybody catching Sterling Marlin. Still want Dale to pull away. Got in front of him off the start. I couldn't lead the lap, though. Marlin led the first 2. Underneath Dale Jarrett, 3 wide. Back up to 3rd again. Set the car just a little bit, getting in. And Harvick's got a run on me after he passed the 40 of Marlin as well. Dale Jarrett keeps trying to break the draft. I drove it in a lot deeper that time into 1. Just trying something a little different. I'm quite fast enough compared to these other guys up here at the front of the field. Maybe I'll have long run speed to be able to keep up with them. Who knows? There we go. It was a lot better corner through 1 and 2 that time. Harvick changing his line to the outside. Bush running down Kevin Harvick. Dale Jr. attempt quicker than me that last lap. I used a little bit too much brakes trying to set the car that time through 1 and 2. Dale Jr. or Dale Jarrett win this race. It'll be 4 different winners, first 4 races of the season. Seven or 8 more laps until we pit. Bush is in 4th right there behind us. Harvick back underneath him, though. Dale and Dale show front of the field. I mean, having to use the same chassis at Rockingham and Vegas definitely hurt us here for Atlanta. That was a tough break. Big block on Newman. That was not clean whatsoever. Dang it. Got to hang on to it. Got to regroup here. A lot of cars catching up to me. I made a couple mistakes these last couple corners. Settle back in again. Don't want to fall too far back. Big dive trying to get back underneath Kurt Busch. Think of a battle for fourth going on right now. Oh, Sterling taking us 3. There's Kurt Busch. Fortunately, Sterling Marlin got around me. Get back to the inside of the 40 car. Little slide job, clear. He's probably going to cross us over. Oh, it came together there. I got a little loose. I'm going to be on the outside getting into 3. I haven't had to enter that high all race. That costed me. Give me room, give me room, give me room. Yeah, I got stuck on the outside. That burnt me bad. Getting line right behind Jeff Gordon. We're fading. We are fading. Whoa, big block. Tony Stewart. I think these guys might be coming into the pits. We're going to pit this time, too. Oh! That sucks. Oh, they're wrecking. They're wrecking. Gonna abort. I don't know how many positions they're gonna lose out of that. They were wrecking behind me. Somebody blew a motor coming back across the racetrack. I couldn't tell who it was. It hopped when I came up off the apron. And then there's a big wreck. Couple guys sliding to miss me. I'm in 41st. I couldn't pit there because I felt like I was going to go lap down if I did. Wow, that stinks. Yeah, I lost control of it, obviously, but some big impacts in there. Not everybody's pitting, though. A lot of cars are, but not everybody. I'm going to say I technically didn't cause a caution because there were other cars that wrecked coming back to the line, so we'll obviously get to take 4 tires of fuel here. Had a good race car. Hopefully I can get some of these positions back. First stop with the new pit crew. Man, that was a costly error. I don't think I could have gotten away with pitting there because I didn't hit the commitment line when the caution came out. I think I would have lost a lap if I did. Wow, I mean, that was just ill timing, honestly. Right as we were coming into the pits to get a caution, that stunk. No chance. I was looking to see if there was a chance I could have aborted. Come on, let's go. But I don't think I could have missed pit road entirely there. Yeah, we actually lost a spot on pit road there. Yeah, it's mainly me getting stopped in my box. Not everybody pit, though. There are other cars that are still going to have to pit for the end of the race. And we're going to be able to go to the end on 4 tires of fuel. First caution of the season. Ill timing caution for us, and it's probably going to cost us the points lead. I don't know how many of these spots we can get back. We've obviously got a top 5 to top 10 car. Somebody blowing an engine. We're going to be faster than a lot of cars. We've got to go. Definitely can't waste any time. Caution. Again. Debris, I think I saw it headed towards the front stretch, or towards turn 1. Oh, it's on Ricky Craven. Probably stayed out of the pits after getting into that accident. Well, I can't pit here. We're only going to have a lap pressure tires. Still 36th. Hopefully we don't get any more yellows. That cost us 3 laps of green flag racing getting that caution. That's just racing, though. Got a bad timing caution. See, Bristol next race will probably get a good timing caution. Have a shot to win that one as a result. Finished top 10 both races there last season, getting the yellow in the middle of the green flag stops, and this one hurt me, unfortunately, at Atlanta. Price to pay trying to short pit. Contact up there about turn 4. Fast enough to get, I had to guess, fast enough to get inside the top 20. I don't know if we have enough laps to do it, but definitely have a top 10 car. Who did I always play in Thunder for? Oh, Greg Biffle for sure. Yeah, he's my favorite driver. Growing up, at least. Obviously, he doesn't race anymore. Thought I entered too deep that time. I feel like there's still cars that stayed out of the pits. Unless there were cars that already pitted early, but I don't know. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Even with 2 cautions, I doubt you can make enough fuel to the end. Well, that's 6 caution laps. Well, definitely have enough laps to get inside the top 20. Got quite a few cars pitting that time. What a slide job. Yeah, I think there's more cars that have to pit beyond just those 4 that are coming in right now, too. Gets us to 16th. 4 laps to go. A few more pitting. Going for 11th on Ward Burton. That might have been the last of the cars that had to pit. I don't know why they didn't pit during those cautions. Either one of them. Sokar. Joe Nemec, I think he ran out of gas. I split him with Ward Burton. He went high, I went low. Nobody pitting that time. All right. Still going to get a top 10. What a comeback. Keep our top 10 streak alive to start the season. Top 10s in the first 4 races. And we could still potentially get 1 or 2 more spots. We can try it. Every spot matters. One tap there, bump and run on 1.5 miles of Michael Waltrip. Oh, we got a big wreck on the last lap. Oh my goodness. What happened to the front of the field? We blew a fuel cell. Oh my God. What was that? Oh man, the entire front of the field crashed. There goes the top 10. Are you kidding me? There's no cautions on the last lap, so we had to drive through it. I tried to find a hole on the apron and it closed up, and then I got slammed from behind, which blew the fuel cell. Because it looked like the entire front of the field crashed at once there. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrible. Pete Nelson wins. He was the first one to make it through it. Oh my gosh. He was the first guy to make it through that wreck. And we finished 38th. Chase Montgomery, Mark Martin, and Blue Engines. Jeff Green, well, some of these guys were guys that finished a lap down or so. What the heck was that? I don't even know how that started, but they were wrecking, going for the win on the last lap in 1 and 2. Montgomery, Martin, Jeff Green. I mean, outside of Montgomery, I think all these other cars might have gotten caught up in that wreck. Dale Jr. was in it. He led the most laps. What happened up there? Bobby Labonte, I know, was fast. Mark Martin was quick, too. That is insane. All that played out. That sucks for us. We had a good run going there. I wrecked a really good race car, first DNF of the season. Nothing of our own doing. We came back to get up to 9th place there. It was looking like I may have been able to get by Stewart for 8th, and all hell broke loose. I didn't get a replay of that, unfortunately. On to Darlington we go, I guess. Absolutely demoralized this chassis that I will not be able to use at Darlington. I was thinking Bristol was our next race, not Darlington. I have it flip-flopped. I'm not going to be able to use this chassis at Darlington. I can guarantee that. No chance. It is absolutely totaled. We're going to have to use our short track chassis. As much as I don't want to, we're going to have to do it. We'll have to overhaul. Oh, we can't even overhaul it yet. Because we got one more race on this overhaul. That stinks. Well, that's my fault for not knowing the schedule. Otherwise, I would have gone with Speedway chassis then short track. We're going to have to use our short track chassis. And engine-wise, damaged a really good engine. Pair this one in 2 races. And we obviously totaled our bodies, so make sure we overhaul this one. Dang. It was the big one at Atlanta. We had cars flipping. If there was a way I could have missed that, I might have won the race, but I don't even know how that started. What the heck was that? There was nowhere to go. I mean, there was a hole I thought I had, but it closed up. And then the damage with the cars in front of me, didn't blow the fuel, so I got slammed from behind after I hit the cars in front of me. I thought I was going to be able to kind of drive past them and still get like a top 5 out of it, but then I got hit. And that is what ended our race, unfortunately. I like how we have some team members that are unhappy after that last race, even though I got that big wreck. I couldn't really do anything about it. Dang. Picker didn't make a mistake that race. Well, they kind of did. I mean, it was a slow stop. Even with the new crew. Crazy finish to Atlanta. And we have 4 different winners, first 4 races. Pete Nelson wins. Unbelievable. Moves me back to second in points. Tony Stewart leads in the standings for the first time now. That's unfortunate. Lost the points lead. Finished first, second, second. Was on our way to finishing probably 7th or 8th right there with Stewart. Instead, he gets a good finish and I don't. Well, I don't think he got a good finish either because I think he got caught up in it, but he didn't DNF like I did, so he obviously finished better than me. Ricky Craven's still top 10 in points. I mean, he's been really good this season from a speed standpoint. Still wide open for the standings very early in the year. I don't know how this race is going to go using a short track chassis on an intermediate track. Can't wreck it either because we're going to need it for Bristol after this too. Alright, so engine-wise, we have a 69 on power, 67 downforce, 72 overall car rating, which is what we had those first two races. I just hope the short track chassis isn't going to mess the handling of this car up too much. I really hope not. Darlington's kind of like an overgrown short track. It races like one, just much faster. So it's a mile and third in length. Pretty tight. I'll practice first, see how that goes. And we'll get into qualifying. An unbelievable last lap crash at Atlanta. Never seen that. Maybe, I don't think we've seen anything like that ever. Not just on this career mode, but in any of the NASCAR video games we've played over the years. The entire lead pack wrecks on the last lap. Nobody at the front unscathes. Well, I guess we kind of saw it. I can't remember what game it was. I feel like it might have been NASCAR 05's Daytona 500. Last lap, there was a crash in the Bud shootout. Bobby Labonte flipped. I wrecked, ended up finishing wherever I finished that one. There was one car that ended up making it through and won the race. It was kind of similar to that, only I was up there in the mix of it when we all wrecked. This, I was behind it and still got in it. A little bit too loose off turn 2. Just a little bit too free. Gonna have to do something, try to change that. And that's probably just because of the chassis I'm using. This is gonna be a great chassis for Bristol. It sucks I have to use it in a race early. Try not to pull as hard on the analog stick that time. The slide wasn't as bad, but still there. Practice a pit stop. Take that half round of wedge out of it. Crazy wreck at Atlanta. Oh my goodness. Have you ever? Definitely going to have to clip that and upload it. Hopefully this wedge adjustment is going to make a bit of a difference. Might get a little tight on the long runs, but I have to work with it. Hopefully we have a solid race going for ourselves. Tony Stewart fastest, 27.591. Yeah, having a short track chassis on an intermediate track is not good. I'll tell you that right now. I'll do what I can. Might have to video game it to get a decent qualifying effort. First up the speed lap I've really had with this setup. Didn't get that cut in the middle of the corner, unfortunately, but it off the exit corner rolls a lot better than it did. Trying to slam the wall to get a good qualifying lap. It didn't wreck it that time. 28.034. I picked up about 2 or 3 tenths from what I had in practice. So, I mean, that did help. Qualified top 10, just enough to get our sponsorship bonus. It looks like Elliott Sadler is going to be on the pole. Unfortunately, I just don't think I can really do much else. If I decide to take a half round of wedge out of it on that second run, I will. The plan is going to be to not do that if I can help it. And we might have some rivals following that last lap crash in Darlington, which was nowhere close to being my fault. Make sure I wasn't going to lose any spots off the start here, and I did not. Still got a little loose off turn 2. Dang it! Oh my god. Gassed it up too early. Last lap crash in the last race and the first lap crash in this race. Hard to believe we started first, second, and second our first 3 races. That's what I get. I mean, I knew it was going to be too tight. Putting that half around a wedge into it. Especially running side by side. Wasn't really anything I could have done there. Well, I mean, there was. I could have lifted and just let Jimmy go, which I should have done. I meant to say there's nothing I could have done with having to use the short track chassis. Unfortunately, I got in that wreck at Atlanta late. Otherwise, I would have used that chassis again. That wasn't going to work. Caused the incident there, so can't fit for fuel or tires, unfortunately. Definitely plan on clipping and uploading it, that's for sure. That is a wild last lap crash. Between that and the start of this series, not good for championship hopes early in the season. We've got speed even on intermediate tracks to contend, so just got to not have these kinds of mistakes. Unfortunately, we did. I mean, we can still come back from this one. I don't know what kind of speed we actually have, though. I mean, we're probably going to have right around 20th place speed in this race, not having the right chassis. I might have wrecked some of the speed out of it with that crash there, so really no guarantees I can get anywhere super high up in the running order. And now, unfortunately, I wrecked my short track chassis for Bristol, which I didn't think about till just now. So now I've wrecked my Bristol chassis. Wrecked the Darlington chassis at Atlanta. We're still running in this one, but pretty good hit into the wall. A lot of significant contact with Jimmy Johnson along the way. A little too tight in the center of the corner with this setup. Way too tight. It's going to slide around a lot more, but I think we're going to take that half round of wedge out of it again when we go to make that 4-tire stop. Oh my gosh. How did I not get right hooked into the wall there? Show 3 wide at Darlington doesn't usually work out too well. Contact up in front of us. Side by side off the corner at Darlington doesn't seem to work too well either. Biffle made contact, not sure who he made it with. I forgot Chase Montgomery's in the or no, not Chase Montgomery. Who's in the 5 car now? Kevin Grubb? I don't know. One of those original backmarker cars is now in the 5, filling in for retired Terry Labonte. Nobody filled in that 21 car. Ricky Rudd's absence. Tagged it. Darlington stripe action there. It's too tight. Center of the corner. He came off the wall a little bit. I don't think he hit it. This thing is definitely damaged. At least I got the qualifying bonus. At the very least. Got to get the best finish I possibly can. It's not going to be a good finish more than likely, but got to get something here. Dang it! Wrecking the chassis even more. Not a good race. You have to check who's in the 5 car again. I don't see it beforehand. Stanton Barrett's in the 5. That's right. I remember now. Stanton Barrett is at Hendrick Motorsports. Yeah, instead of Kyle Busch, right around this time period, could you imagine instead of Kyle Busch, they just decided to put Stanton Barrett in the Hendrick Motorsports 5 car? That would have been wild. They have run a wedge out of the car, but again, the wrong chassis, it's not going to matter much. Probably survive, try to get a top 40 finish. Didn't have the right equipment for this race. So that means we go into Bristol with a beat up short track chassis. Car's too tight before. Now we're going to be battling some loose conditions the rest of this thing. Look at this. It's evil. I'm in last place. Wow. That's the speed we've got. Man, that wreck at Atlanta screwed me over for Darlington before we even started. Well, we finished 5th and 8th in both Bristol races last season, and we only had 11 top 10s total last year, so hopefully we get another good run there, back on the right track. 2 really bad races early in the season, not helping our case for the championship. Yeah, I'm not sure where Tony Stewart's going to finish this one. Definitely going to be ahead of me. Pick the career mode back up again on Monday. I'm sure we'll have hopefully something go our way there. Have our live commentary streams for the Charlotte Roval this weekend, both tomorrow for the Xfinity race and Sunday for the Cup race. Hoping somebody blows an engine to at least get one spot out of this. Not making a complete loss. I don't know that that's going to happen. It's an evil handling race car. I think we had decent speed in the Southern 500 here last season. Looks like we should still finish on the lead lap. We'll have 4 to go at the line. Don't think the leaders will catch all the way back up to us. It's a way of telling exactly who's in the lead either. Sponsors ain't going to like this finish. Really hope I didn't wreck it too badly in this one. Even getting in that early wreck, sure, it probably cost me a little bit of speed, but I think it was too much, or wasn't meant to be anyway. I might be closing in on Christian Fittipaldi, but I think I'm going to run out of laps to try and catch him. It's 3 more points if we can get around him. Too far back. Completely blew the corner. Trying to get to him also. Last place at Darlington. Unbelievable. Mark Martin gets the win. 5 different winners in the first 5 races. Tony Stewart, points leader, finishes second. Ouch. And Tony did not lead a lap, so that's good. Neither did we. And obviously, we're still top 15 in the earnings, so we got the associate sponsors. So we got 2 of the 3 sponsorship objectives in this race, even with the last place finish. Heading to Bristol. We will have a short track chassis. Unfortunately, I wrecked it at Darlington. Hopefully, it's not too beat up. We'll take a look at it. Hoping it'll still be halfway decent. If we get a caution and a good spot in this race, I know I can get a good finish at the very least. Check out the point standings first. And Stewart leads. And I'm going to drop down to 13th in points, so 152 back. So still within 1 race worth of points of Stewart, but 2 bad finishes in a row. Not good there. And our short track chassis is still going to be all right. Not perfect by any means, but it's going to be all right. So we'll get this updated. Overhaul this chassis to a short track. 2 races. Engine. And 1 more race on repair there, so we have to wait on that. Same thing with the body on the overhaul. 2 more races on the shop edition. Sponsorship still going to stay intact. All right, well, see what Bristol brings. Bristol, babe. Make sure I bring the short track chassis. Still my best one, even with the slight crash we had. Bring our best engine, 69 overall. Down 4, 66, 64, 70, so we can take any of them. We're going to have a 71 overall car rating for the Food City 500. The Food City 500. And then we'll start Texas and Talladega for the first 2 races of the next string. We finished 8th, 12th, and 1st in this 3-race stretch last season. See if we can better that this go around. Let's qualify. Hopefully we qualify pretty well. Fourteenth on the first lap. Second lap should be quicker. Handling feels pretty good. Didn't push as hard in 3 and 4 as I did that first lap. 15.287. Fifth place. I'll take that. We'll get the qualifying bonus again. We've qualified top 10 for the first 5 races. Sadler with the second straight pole. We'll see how that goes for him. 50 laps at Bristol. Let's give it a run, guys. Let's get back on, a good finish. At least get a top 10 out of this because we desperately need it. And maybe Tony Stewart gets trapped a lap down and we eat into that points lead a little bit.
I think the old phrase "relevance racing" explains exactly what we're going to see in this one.
And overall, we got a top 5 here. We'll have 4 top 5s in the first 6 races to start the season. Just those 2 non-top 5s pretty bad. 38th and last. 38th and 43rd. Not around Johnson for the rival's sake. Clay Dixon. That's a name right there.
He'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. It's not an easy task to dig yourself out.
Start 22nd. Yeah, Jimmy's starting back at 21st.
I spoke to the crew chief this morning and he told me they just
trying to lead as many laps as possible. Let's go for a win. I don't know if I'm going to quite have the speed of some of those guys just up in front of me off the start, but we'll see. Let's go. I need a towel. Robert Yates Racing front row lockout. Got Dale Jarrett start second. We've had 5 different winners in our first 5 races of season 4 so far, so pretty competitive year thus far. Race number 6, our final race in the stream, and our final race on NASCAR Thunder 04 career mode until Monday. We'll see what we can do. Ricky Craven, another top 10 starting spot. He's getting good finishes too. Craven top 10 in points. He might win a race this year. He keeps putting himself up in contention like that. Just like me, I might win on a non-super speedway eventually here. 7 career wins, 5 on super speedways, a road course at Watkins Glen, and then of course at New Hampshire in the fall race last season too. We haven't won on a traditional short track yet. It's going to depend on how many cars pit early when we get that caution middle of the race. If we get it. It's more common here at Bristol than Martinsville, but we'll see. Hopefully we get it. Hopefully I stay out of the pits long enough before we get it. I wanted to make sure I drove it in deep on the start. Got by Sterling Marlin quickly, and I did. Power slide getting into 3 and 4 there. Craven going to follow me. That Rusty Walls getting in the lead. Rusty and Jeff, they're side by side. Rusty led that last lap. I think he led that lap too. Jared getting by. Ain't a bad start to the race considering I wrecked this chassis at Darlington. Just got to keep it on the inside. Keep it off the wall. I'm going to get off the corner. Do those 2 things. Going to get a good finish. And Tony had a run there. I didn't get off of 2 very badly. Almost turned myself off his front bumper. Cost him a little bit of time. Marlon's going to get back around and thought I was running down Elliott Sadler there for a short bit. Had that contact with Tony Stewart, fell behind a slight bit more. Bobby Labonte's up here, Dale Jarrett just behind them. Good to know I'm top 5 on speed. Oh, that was a big mistake. Entering so low, I just don't want to drift wide enough to allow somebody to get underneath me. I'll get brake trained. Dang it. That's my point right there. Stewart out in front of me. I'd really like to beat him. It's all right. We're okay. Settle down just a bit. Try to get back in rhythm. So we're going to be able to go to about lap 28 for field purposes. It is weird from a speed standpoint that I'm not quite as good here as what I am at Richmond and Martinsville, where I ran top 5. I was 5th here for a minute, but I was kind of holding these guys up. And as you saw, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart got around me. And I'm definitely holding up Bobby Labonte, Sterling Marlin right now, too, which would probably put me back to the 9th fastest car on track in this first run. At least a few of these guys, both in front and behind me, I would imagine, are going to trap the lap down. The later we get that caution in the midst of green flag stops, the less cars that are going to be trapped on the lead lap, less likely that we're going to have fast cars trapped on the lead lap as well. I'd like to hang on to 7th as much as I can leading into the pit stops. A couple spots in front of me and try to maintain our pit road with what we're going to have behind us. A lot of lap traffic for the leaders right now. Only 4.5 seconds off the lead still. And we are within 1.8 seconds of Dale Jr. in 6th. We might be struggling getting through that lap traffic just a little bit. Haven't caught any lap cars yet. It's 0.2 quicker than the leader. It was probably Jeff Gordon that lap. First takers onto pit road this time. Only one car in front of me pitted. Contact that 126 car. Another car in front. Okay, so that's 2 cars in front of us at a pit. Leaders on pit road right now. That would have been Jeff Gordon, the 3rd. Dale Jr. still out on the track, and then somebody who was in front of him in the running order was originally top 5 still on the track as well. So those guys are going to go lap down. They're on pit road right now. Hope Dale Jr. pits ASAP. Tony Stewart's leading. Stewart and Earnhardt. They're the closest 2 to me on speed of the cars that passed me. Jr. trying to pit, he can't. McMurray got in his way. That could have been the caution, but we stayed green, and that caught up to Dale Jr. Stewart's coming in. He wasn't that far in front of me. Lap traffic going to slow some of these guys down a little bit, too. Jr. not pitting this time. Oh, we got a crash on the front stretch. I'm going to get by Dale Jr. Craven and Johnson are slow. What is going on here? How was that not a yellow? I'm lucky it wasn't. I'm in the lead. Well, we're going to get 5 bonus points. We are out in front at Bristol. Trying to get a caution. Can we get a yellow? A couple instances where we probably should have. I'm going to have to pit this time. Yep, we're going to get into green flag stops at Bristol Motor Speedway. Pretty fast pit road entry there. 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments. So we didn't get the caution in the middle of the run, which kind of stinks because I ran longer than a lot of other cars. Dale Jr. still stayed out again. He tried to pit a few laps before that, and he almost wrecked. Wonder where this is going to cycle us. Ryan Jensen, thanks for tuning. Another mistake! Are you kidding me? 6 races into the season, we've had 3 pit road errors, and this is a new pit crew. It's only our 3rd race with them, 20.1 seconds. And we've got a caution while we're on pit road. Where is that going to put us? Ward Burton brought out the yellow. I couldn't stay out any longer. I stayed out as long as I could. We got the caution. I don't know where we're going to... We're in 16th right now. Are we on the lead lap, or are we a lap down? That adds insult to injury. That pit stop took like 4 seconds longer than it needed to be. I might have been off pit road before the caution came out. Definitely staying out. Dale Jarrett was the only one that pitted to the leaders. Might be on the lead lap still. I was in the top 10. We are a lap down. There's only 2 cars on the lead lap. Only 2 cars on the lead lap. Couldn't stay out long enough, unfortunately. Don't really think we're going to see anybody pit before the end. Should have fresher tires on a lot of these cars up in front of me. It's one of the last cars to actually pit, other than Dale Jarrett, but he's behind me. So from a speed standpoint, I can see getting back into the top 5 here, potentially. Bump on Johnson. One contact. One more piece of contact with the 48. He's going to try to take a swing at it. Oh, maybe those cars on the lead lap stayed out. I think Jarrett. Oh, and we got somebody blowing up. Unless that was a car that was being called to pit road. I don't know. Oh, he's going to take a swing at me there. Thank you for not doing that. 13 to go at the line. They were on pit road. Caution when we were on pit road. We're a lap down. Well, technically, we're back on the lead lap, I think, with the leaders pitting when they did. But somebody blew an engine. I don't know if that was one of the 2 lead lap cars or not. It must have been, because we're still on the lead lap. And we are back in the top 5. It's a weird way to get there, but we got there. Waked a little early there, trying to get by Jeff Burton. I know I'm quicker than him. Got to move him. I couldn't pass him, though. Got underneath him when I moved him. I couldn't pass him. Dale Jarrett's coming. Well, he was faster than me before. Should have gotten by Jeff Burton by now. It's going to be a little harder because now he's upset enough to hit me if I get alongside of him. See ya. No, we do not. Up to 4th. I'm hoping to stay here. Rusty Wallace up ahead. We're catching. Speed for 3rd. Tony Stewart stuck behind a lap car. We're still like 4 seconds off the lead. How long is Tony going to be stuck behind that lapper? We might be able to get to second. 4 to go. He's still stuck behind him. Rusty's catching him. I'm catching him. 2.4 off the lead. Side-by-side lap traffic in front of the race leader. Rusty and Tony right here. We're about to get passed by the 2. Going 3 wide for it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, we about turned that guy. We're in third. Jesus. Jeff Gordon is going to win the race. Nobody's catching him. He finally got past those lappers. A little bit too far behind to try to catch Rusty here. I tried to bounce it off the wall, Chastain. It didn't work. That's all right. Third place finish. I'll take it. I tried to go for second there, 3 wide when I had a chance. Dang, man, what a weird race. Got the top 3 though. 4 top 3s, on the stream. I will take it. I got to lead some laps too, so I got 5 bonus points. Gordon dominates and wins. 6 different winners in the first 6 races of the season. Crazy. We beat Tony Stewart. I mean, that was good. Beat the points leader. Gets a good finish too. But we did beat him. Texas, our best mile and a half. Next race. We'll have a track-specific chassis for it. A new one that has just been repaired at least. Talladega, not sure exactly what to use there. I'm probably going to have to use either short track or speedway chassis for Dega. Hopefully that doesn't slow me up too much. I'm going to have to use it. So, yeah, hopefully that's not going to be too bad for me. Using that kind of a chassis. Engine-wise, we'll have a 72. We're going to be really fast at Texas. And hopefully Talladega, even with a not-so-good chassis, is going to go well for us, hopefully. Like I said, one can only hope. So we will pair this engine, 2 races, and a body to fix. Two-race overhaul on a body. And we only got 1 more race on the shop edition. We'll purchase another one after Texas. Probably something body related for that. And now we'll check the standings out. How did I get Napa as a sponsor? I don't know, but I did. Sometime at the end of last season. Right when we started performing really well on a consistent basis at the end of last year. Stewart's still the points leader, top 5 finish. And we are 6th in points, so we gained 7 spots in that race. In the standings, 142 back. We only gained 10 points on Stewart. We only beat him by 2 spots, but good 3rd place run at Bristol. From an earnings standpoint, we are still top of the charts. It probably will be for most of the season. All right, well, strong start to the year. We've got our best mile and a half coming up next. Talladega, which I've won the last 3 races at, are not going to have a super speedway chassis for it. Unfortunately, going to have a different chassis that isn't one of those, which may stink for that race. Hopefully we don't. We've won 2 races starting further back in that race before, so it's not impossible that we can't get a good run still. Yeah, 6 different winners. First 6 races of the year. Not counting me winning the shootout in the duel sweep in Daytona. I'd like to get a win before we get to Dega, and hopefully I can win Dega again. I'm not going to have that super speedway chassis, so hopefully we get the job done there. As far as that goes, I think that's going to wrap everything up. 6 different winners. As far as top fives go, I mean, top fives, top tens are right there with Stewart. It's where we need to be category wise. Average start 7.0, best average start of the season. Average finish 14.5. That's where we're lacking right now. 14.8, excuse me. So we're at a 6.5. But got plenty of races to try to make that up again. One pole. Outside of the front row once as well. Elliott Sadler, 2 poles early in the year. Thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. Be sure to like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We are going to have some live streams this weekend. Charlotte Roval is coming up for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Our live commentary for tomorrow's race will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then also we will continue our live commentary coverage on Sunday afternoon for the Cup Series race, and that will start at 1:30 Eastern Time. So elimination races for both of those series as well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, like and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Now we'll catch you guys tomorrow afternoon.